We've analysed over 50,000 shorthand stories and found that digital magazines have the highest scroll depth out of every content type. Today I'm going to show you 10 fantastic examples of digital publications that show that they're so much more than just a PDF of a print. First up, let's take a look at campus magazines. These have always been essential for keeping university communities connected, and Loughborough's Volume magazine does a great job at this. So what they've done is they've created this central hub that links out to beautifully designed stories. One of them, their feature on empowering the planet, is particularly impressive. What they've done here is they've covered the university's work on hydrogen technology innovation. You can see how they've combined engaging visuals with varied media formats to create something that's really showing off what's happening on campus in a way that print simply couldn't match. Now, not every publisher wants to have a ton of content on one screen straight away, and that's where hubs come in. So Loughborough University do this, but so do the Ramblers WALK magazine. And this shows exactly how you can do it right. So when you land on the page, you're greeted with a lovely welcome note from the editor, followed by a content section, and each article gets a really nice eye-catching imagery or video and a simple button to read more. What makes this particularly special is how interactive it feels. So you can also find quizzes, interviews. These interviews have embedded media, there's walking routes with scrollable map guides and corresponding videos. It's super easy to navigate and you can find exactly what you're after. Here's another great example of a hub format. While not technically a digital magazine, the Women's Super League Essential Reading log from Sky Sports shows how related content can be brilliantly compiled into one cohesive experience. Just look at how clean the design is, how easy it is to jump from different pieces of content. It's a perfect example of how versatile this approach can be when you've got multiple related articles to showcase. Next, let's look at Manchester City's digital magazine. A club magazine has always been important for fans, and Manchester City's digital version is absolutely brilliant. This June 2024 issue came out right after their league win, and you can see how they've kept their brand identity consistent throughout. They've utilised a media gallery section that follows the team through the streets of the celebration parade. What I also love is how they've used subtle animations and pull-out quotes that really add depth without the information being overwhelming, because there is so much that they wanted to go through. It's a really engaging experience and it just keeps you scrolling. Travel magazines have been around forever, but Wanderlust shows you how going digital can take things to a whole other level. Let me show you their piece, Glimmers of Ice and Tomorrow, about West Greenland. They've structured the narrative with strategic placement of photography. As you scroll, the images appear at exactly the right moment to enhance the story. The scrolling effect gives you a sense of movement and depth, really enhancing the content rather than distracting. Now let's talk about sponsored content. The interactive nature of digital publishing is a massive selling point for brands wanting to engage with audiences. Let's look at Amazon's piece in Adweek on AI and marketing campaigns. They've gone all in with bright colours, animations and illustrations that really grab your attention. Then on the complete opposite end of the spectrum, there's Experience the Taste and Feel More in Melbourne, and this lets the stunning photography do the heavy lifting. What's brilliant about these examples is how they show you that sponsored content doesn't have to feel like an interruption, and it can be just as engaging as regular editorial content. Now let's take a look at how universities are maintaining connections with their alumni. Purdue's Alumnus magazine has a clever hub style that links to various in-depth articles, such as their Grandparents' University story. This piece covers a 2-day programme where grandparents and grandchildren came together on campus. It's such a smart way to celebrate the university's history while showing what their community is up to today. The storytelling approach really creates an emotional connection that keeps alumni feeling a part of something special long after they've graduated. Finally, let me show you how professional associations are using digital magazines. These organisations need to keep their members informed about what's happening in their field, and a digital magazine is perfect for this. Let's take the Royal College of Surgeons of Edinburgh. They have Surgeon News, which is both a print and digital publication, and their Spring 2025 issue focuses on International Women's Day. It uses vibrant colour sections to clearly separate different types of content. Another feature they have is a digital bulletin board, and this is using shorthand scroll points feature, so as you scroll, it zooms into different points of the bulletin board. Then there's also ICAS and their CA Magazine, which is made by the River Group. They've put user experience front and centre, making it incredibly easy to absorb insights. through summary previews and clear headings, even if you're just quickly scanning through. Both show how professional organisations can move beyond static newsletters. So there you have it. Digital magazines shouldn't just be PDFs of a print edition. They need to be experiences designed for how we actually consume content now. Whether you're a university, a sports club, professional association, or anything in between, your story deserves to be seen and engaged with. Discover why the world's most engaging digital magazines are built with Shorthand.